Good morning, everyone. It's Laura here, and on this sleepy morning, my day with some coloring in, we have here Sagor Och Sagner by Emelie Lidehall, Oberg, and this is my first copy of the book. I have a few copies, and I thought I would do this page from it today. But the fun thing that we're going to do is we're going to use Crayola crayons. I've done this once before in this book. It was so much fun. Let me just get the chat up since I see there's a couple people here. Alright, hi Joey. Hi color artist. What's your name, color artist? Just so I'm not calling you color artist. Hi Emily and Jody. Hi guys. Good morning. Doing a quick stretch before we get going. Always good to do some stretching. So we're going to be, for those of you who are just coming in, we're going to be working in Sagor Och Sagner by Emelie Lidehall, Oberg. Hi Barbara. And I just got this new box of Crayola crayons. And you guys saw me work in with a vintage set from my childhood. I had saved my old crayons for some reason. Hi, Zeely. So I thought, you know, skin tones are something that's the most requested, but I've never really done skin tone with Crayola crayon. Oh, I haven't opened this yet, guys. Is that a sharpener? Cool, sweet. Oh, it is a sharpener. Hi Emily, I've done this once before. Oh. I've never seen a crayon sharpener before. This is going to be fun. Well, that might make things easier if I can sharpen them, because before I was using them without a sharpener. So let's just get all this out, see what we've got here. Oh no, I should have organized these. I'm gonna be twitching the whole time I'm doing this, because I organized my box of crayons by color. No, this is gonna be crayons. Hi, Pickle. Did I say? Oh man, but when I was a kid, I used to organize them by color. So this is going to be a little bit annoying for me. Let's just pull out all the colors I think I'm going to use, just so I don't have to deal with these mixed boxes, because I don't have bad OCD, but this is kind of driving me crazy right now. Hold on. Hi, Corbeth. I should have prepared for this. I have no idea. Okay, so I'm just pulling a couple of colors. I don't know what I'm going to use. Yeah, me too, Pickle. It was really fun. I did a page actually in this book, and I'll show you guys in a second once I've cleared out all of my crayons. I'll definitely need that. Let's see. So we're just getting started. This is totally unplanned. Another impromptu stream today. I think those will be alright. So I'm just going to set the ones that I think I'll use aside. You made a hot mess. So the page, oh gosh, I'm a mess today. I'm a hot mess, Jody. What am I doing? Let me move all these out of the way just so people can see what I'm doing. This is going to be fun though. So, hi Connie. So I'm going to be doing this page here. And, hi Amy. How you guys doing? Let's see, did I miss anybody? Alright, so I'm just picking out my colors. I think I want to do her in greens. So we'll pick out some greens too. I'm just going to pull whatever I think I might use since these are all mixed up. Oh. So pardon me, I'm not really prepared. I think I liked this color before. I'm going to need a scrap paper too. Let's grab some. So I always keep, like, you know, if I print something out and the paper isn't, like if I don't need it later, I just tear it up into little scraps. That way I can use it. This is a pretty color. Hello everybody, thanks for coming. So I don't know which colors I'm going to be using, but I'm just pulling any natural colors and any greens, since these are all jumbled up. So I will organize my box of crayons later and make sure that they're in color order. But for now we can, oh, this is like the neutrals box. So let's see what else we got in here. Fuzzy Wuzzy, that sounds good. I could do for a Fuzzy Wuzzy, I don't know about that. Okay. Oh. Let's see. Oh, hope you feel better, Loretta. Don't worry about it. Lurk away. Shadow. Does Belinda know that the Crayola crayons have shadow? That's so cute. It's like a metallic. So I have no idea how the metallics are in these. I haven't used the metallic crayons in a long time. Alright, this box looks almost empty now. So let me actually transfer these guys. I kind of like that one. I don't know why. Call my name. Okay. So we'll get rid of these guys into the other boxes. Sorry, crayon organization. Just so I have a spare box. Okay. Just so I can put some of these away. Let's put all the greens in there. So I normally would have done this off camera. I don't know why I thought they came in little color sets, but you know. My box, when I opened it, my 96 box of crayons from when I was a little kid, when I opened it, it was all organized. I forgot they don't come like that. Alright, we got plenty of greens going, but these are the ones I really want. This one's got a bunch of skin tones in it. So I really wanted to show that you can do skin tones with any tools. And I figured Crayola crayons are like the lowest barrier of entry. Pretty much anybody can afford them. I think this box is about $8 at my local Walmart. So I'm just pulling any greens and browns. That's the palette I'm looking after for today. Some pinks for the fleshy bits. Okay. I've got this little box here of like really bright colors. I don't know that I want any of those though. This is going to be more natural. Okay. Let's put all the greens I've pulled in here. Alright, so then now at least we have somewhat of a, let me get a little container I can throw these in. Here we go. Just throw these in here. Let's see. Not been sleeping much at night and anxiety is making me sick. Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't been sleeping very much too, but that's because I've just been working so much that when I go to bed at the end of the day, I got all these ideas about art swirling around in my head. So then I end up staying up and arting all night. It's really a bad thing too. Alright, so that's cool. Now I have a little spot where I can put, I think my palette's going to be like this. So at least now we have, I'll keep the others handy. Okay, so this is a brand new box of crayons, so whatever is available now is what's in my box. Jody. Well, before we get started, let me find my Crayola birdie. You guys can see, I haven't done skin in Crayolas yet, but I have a feeling they'll be alright, because they blend really well. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So I did this in Crayola crayon and white gel pen about a year and a half ago. I'm not quite sure now. So I thought, I know that this paper works well for crayons, so I thought to do another one. Good morning, Jacqueline. Oh, good, Loretta. Definitely. Alright, so, haven't planned this out at all. I just woke up this morning and felt like using crayons. So that's where we're at here. So let's see. I'll try and find my favorite color for shadows. Ha! Burnt sienna. Alright, and then let's pull some darker colors. That looks good. And it's funny because, like, these smell just like the ones I had from when I was a kid. This is, I don't know why, but the smell just brings me right back. I actually like that better. So not sepia. I'm gonna just pull them and then I'll let you know what I've pulled. Hi Squish, lurk away. Thanks guys. Hi Sahara. Who else came in and I didn't notice? Alright, if you guys have any questions for me, just put them in all caps. That way I can, ooh, I like this one. That way I can see it easier. Oh, I already checked that one. Let's see. Abby. My kitty is so cute. She's like playing right now with her toys on the floor, and she is just, you getting that mousy, huh? You get him. She's so cute. Really, really cute. No, that's like barely even there. Might be good for blending though. Alright. Oh, yeah, where's the white? Okay, I'm gonna need that guy. So if I'm new to a medium and I haven't swatched it yet, this is what I'll do. I'll just sort of like play around, pull some colors that I think I want to use, and kind of like just scribble on a scrap until... It's funny how the outer color of the crayon really does not match. Oh, that's nice. That's like nectar. Okay. Alright, I think those are what I want to start with here. So, well, Loretta, that just takes practice. I would say do some self-portraits in the mirror, because learning from your own face is the easiest, I think, as far as trying to get anatomy correct. Also, if you're trying to study drawing faces, I highly recommend, there's some free PDF books online of Andrew Loomis. If you Google his name, here, I'll write it out. I remember a long, long time ago studying him, and he breaks things down into anatomy really well. Oh, it doesn't matter if you like your face, it's just that you need somebody in real life to study from. You don't have to show anybody, you know? I did, I would say, probably thousands of self-portraits before anybody would let me draw them, so I just, you know, and I don't like my face either, but you know, you do what you gotta do if you want to learn. Yeah, nostalgic crayons, Squish. Uh-huh. Yeah, Loomis is one of my favorites if you get stuck with something. I constantly used to refer to his books all the time. Now I don't really, but back in the day I did. So I pulled a bunch of crayons that I think are going to be the skin tone range that I'm looking for. So I'll just show you guys what I've pulled, and then obviously when I switch colors I'll also let you know. But just in case you're following along, you can pull the same colors before you start, and that way it's a little quicker. So the brown ranges that I've found I like the most. I have here, let's see if I can, oh, it's not focusing. Come on, focus. So I have chestnut. Oh, and by the way, guys, my little sister did my fingernails yesterday. She said she was watching my YouTube videos and my nails looked plain, so she wanted to do my nails. So, no, Amy, I don't teach other teachers' techniques. I only teach my own knowledge because I don't feel, I mean, his work, even though it might be out of copyright right now, you know, I just, if you want to learn from someone, then I think you should just go to a source. I don't want to be copying other people. I just do what I know from personal experience or what I've learned, over the years. But I'm not going to teach anybody else's methods necessarily because, I don't know, I just don't feel right about that. So, I have here brown, burnt sienna, which is my favorite. No problem, Amy. Yep, I do highly recommend his books, and they're still relevant even today, even though they were, I think he was around in the 50s, but I could be wrong about that. He's an older illustrator, and his books are in the public domain now, so you can usually find them for free somewhere, unless a publisher's re-picked him back up, I'm not sure. So you have melon, apricot, peach, and salmon. So there's the colors I pulled. Let's see how they work out. As far as Loomis goes, yeah, when I was going to college, all of his books were in the public domain, and nobody really knew about him very much. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, okay, Loretta. Well, I think what it is really it's just a whole lot of practice. You really gotta just put in the time. There's no easy way. Let's see. Oh no, Pickle. Aw. Do you have another copy of it? Like, the reason why I'm totally okay doing this Crayola page as an experiment is because I have more than one copy of the book. So at least if I mess up this page, I have a spare copy. Yeah, I would, I mean, yeah, any book, even if you have spares, that's such a shame. Okay, I'm just going to get started. So I'm going to light her from this direction. And I've got here, let's make sure this is the color I was thinking. Yeah. So I have chestnut here. This is like a really nice warm red-brown. I'm going to start here with the inner eye here. And in the past, I've like changed her pages a little bit. But in this particular page, I'm just going to leave the black outlines. I know I rarely do that. But I'm going to make this just a pure Crayola page with no gel pen, no acrylic paint or anything. So we're going to leave the lines, which is different, but for me. But I think it'll still look really cool. We'll see how we can do. Aw, Pickle. Yeah, Abby can be playful too around my pages, but I've trained her not to go near my water, and basically I spray her with like a little mister bottle with water when she goes near my stuff I don't want her to. And now, like, over time, she just knows not to go near it. So that's a thing that I would recommend if you have pets and you don't want them to play with your art stuff. It's a humane way to train, and, you know, after a couple of times of being squirted in the face with water, they really get the idea that you're not happy about it, so, it doesn't hurt her at all, but she definitely doesn't like it either. Let's see. Yeah, pickles, so you'll have to find something else. Like, there's also this stuff, I think it's called sticky paws, or you could use double-sided tape on the table surface just to train her not to go on a certain area. So, they hate that too. Again, humane way to train a cat to stay off a particular place. So you like put the sticky tape on the surface that you want her not to go on. And then after a couple times she jumps up there, her paws are sticky, and then she jumps off. That's another way to train them. I just find that, like, since a lot of art materials have like toxic stuff in them, and since Abby is so sensitive and she has really severe allergies, I've just really like made a huge effort to make sure that she doesn't get into my stuff, because I just don't want to deal with that. Um, you know, and you can also do what Dee Dee does and shut them out of the room. That will also work. I just don't like doing that because Abby is such a snuggly cat. She always wants to be really close by me, so I figure if I just train her to like stay on the floor or sit on the chair beside me or something, then at least she can be nearby. Aluminum foil works. I didn't know that, but that's cool. Good to know, Zealy. Yeah, any of those like humane training methods for pets, I think it's worthwhile to invest the time to do that if you're going to be arting a lot and around your pets. It just sort of prevents that kind of accident, because like I remember when I first got Abby, I was doing an ink drawing, like with like India ink, like a bottle of ink, and that was that accident where the ink went all over the place, like into my, beige color carpet. There's like a huge, gigantic, and it was permanent ink, so I had to end up replacing the carpet at one point. So it's, after that I was like, never again, because I had to get it off of her before it dried, so I was spending time cleaning her up, and then by the time I had finished with her, the ink had dried permanently on my project, on all the surfaces of my furniture, and on the carpet. So I gave priority to her to fix her up, but then, I was pretty upset. I think I cried about that too, so I was like, after that I was like, never again! So I just made the effort to make sure that she doesn't get into stuff. And she's so sweet. Like, even now, she's not sure about the crayons because I haven't trained her yet with crayons, so she's just sitting on the floor right next to me. So that's kind of really cute. She's like, I don't know what this is, but mommy gets mad sometimes, so. Oh, Pickle. Yeah, I mean, some cats just are really, really cute that way, like curious. Yeah. Another thing I do when I introduce like new stuff, like later on, I will let Abby smell my crayons. I find that a lot of the times your pets just want to smell it and investigate, and once they've satisfied their curiosity, they're not interested as much anymore. So, now that this box is open, I'll let her smell them and kind of check them out, and then hopefully she won't be as engaged when she sees them. Alright, so I'm just putting down a base layer of color everywhere where I want the shadows to go. Now, the thing I liked about Crayon last time and why I think it'll work really well for skin is because it blends really well. So I think this is going to be pretty cool, but we'll see if it turns out the way I'm hoping. Let's see here. Yeah, Loretta, sometimes if it's a cat that just won't be trained, sometimes it's just better to shut them out, unfortunately. I just lucked out that Abby was really receptive to the water training because she hates water so much, so. Okay, I'm switching over to burnt sienna now. Yeah, Abby, every time like I go and wash my hands and my hands are dripping before I go to the towel, she'll like, if she's anywhere nearby, she like bolts running. She's like, ah, water is dripping from above. It's so funny. So, luckily I don't have any issues with the water. So we'll see how far I get today with this, but I'm definitely going to do the face first and get that finished, just so you guys can see skin tone and how I would do it with Crayolas. And then if I have time, I'll do more. Now the great thing about crayons too is that they're really fast because they're a broader tip and they cover pretty quickly. And you know, for the quality and the price, they really are fairly pigmented. They still do have a lot of wax though. If you don't like the waxy feel of like Prismas, you're not going to like these. Because they definitely have like that kind of slick wax feeling to them. But see, that just, I don't know why, but these just make me feel so happy because it just, I feel like a little kid when I'm using them. And I don't know, it just totally brings me right back to when I was a kid. Because like this was all I would use for like the longest time. My mom just got me Crayola crayons and I had printer paper, you know, like blank printer paper, and I would just go to town and just draw my own little world. So it just reminds me of that. Let's see. Welcome back, Corbett. Hi, Kenny. No, Sahara, I'm not a master of all tools. There's some things I'm not comfy with. But, I love trying new things, though. I just love it. Loretta, that's so cute. She really loves you. Worried about you in the water. Abby's just concerned about herself sometimes. Like when I get in the shower, she's like, "I'm out of here." She just bolts. She goes from patiently sitting on the floor. Like I have like these really soft bath mats, and so she like loves sitting on them. You know, so she'll hang out there and in there with me while I'm getting ready. But then as soon as I turn on the water, she's like, "See ya." It's funny. Mm-hmm. Let's see, sorry. Yeah, Pickle, I'm the same way. Like, everywhere I go, Abby has to be at least in the same room. She doesn't have to be, like, on my lap at all times, but if she can, she will. Like, if I sit down for any length of time, she's usually right there jumping up. So I thought this would be fun because crayons are so, I don't know, like, I think even if you didn't have the Crayola brand as a kid, I think most kids have used crayons. I don't know if that's a weird assumption. I don't know if that's true, but at least as far as like my childhood goes, like that was like my staple tool of choice. And I used crayons like up until the age of like 6 or 7, pretty much exclusively. And then I got a set of cheap Crayola pencils when I was about that age. Yeah, I didn't really start using like proper art tools until I was older. So yeah, maybe let's put in the chat like no, thank you, Kenny. Why not? Um so let's put in the chat, what was your favorite tool growing up? What did you use? Let me zoom in a little just so you guys can see better. Um did you use Crayola crayons? Hi, Darla. Did you use Crayola crayons or did you use something different? Now I'm just really curious. Let's see what we got. And if you're watching this back like later, you can definitely put it in the comments below. Just sort of curious what everybody else used. And we didn't have coloring books as kids, but my mom definitely made sure that we had like blank printer paper and plenty of crayons to pick from. So and I'll look at the chat in just a second. And this is so much fun already. And you know, it's funny, they are so quick. Like pencils, I don't know, I guess because the points are smaller. Now I'm not going to be as precise, so I'm not going to do this type of work in like a villain son or, you know, a really tight detailed book. I just don't think that that would be a fun experience, but I love Emelie's work because it is more open. Nice, Kenny. Hi, Kimmy. Hi, Lisa. Oh, Sahara. Yeah, Pickle, I didn't use markers until like 2 years ago. I had never used them, and now I love them. But yeah, that's a good one too. Like we had like Sharpies and stuff that I would use sometimes, but not like proper markers, I guess. Um, yeah, I would use like I would get the Sharpie pen out of my mom's office desk and use that sometimes to draw with. And she was totally okay with that as long as I made sure to put it back. Jacqueline, well, then this is the right stream for you for sure. I'm not really, I'm not really a material snob. I love all kinds of materials. And I feel like the more I work in, the better I get overall. And then when I go to my more expensive materials that I'm a little more precious about, you know, I feel more confident that I know I can use them, because if I can do it in Crayola Crayon, then I can definitely do it with a more expensive tool. But I had actually a lot of comments on Instagram about people wishing they had the Lightfast pencils that I had used in my last drawing. And I had a conversation, actually a DM with one of the ladies, and you know, I was just surprised to hear how, like, people limit themselves, like, well, I can't do that because I don't have X tool or whatever, you know. And it's just really, you know, it's a very self-limiting way to think, because you know, I've seen gorgeous, gorgeous drawings done with, like, chalk, like sidewalk chalk on the ground. You know, so you can use any tool. So I just wanted to really kind of respond to that feeling I got yesterday, where people were, I guess, like, feeling like they couldn't do it just because I used a certain type of pencil. Really, you can use any tool to have some fun, and it's not the tool that makes the art. You make the art, so you can get. Hopefully, we're gonna get some good results here, and hopefully Emelie will like it. Hi May. No problem. Lurk away. This is not planned. Oh, Kenny. All right. Coffee. Let's see. Loretta, I don't remember. Okay, Loretta. Yeah, the only pencil I had growing up was like a regular, like, pencil that you used for school, like the regular HB Ticonderoga pencil, I think it was. You know, like the one with the little pink eraser on the end. So I was always, like, more comfortable with crayon, but everybody has their preference. Alright. So what I'm actually excited about, I've never had a crayon sharpener before, so when I need to get into the little details, pretty excited to try that out. We'll see how it works out, though. I will let you know. Nice, Jo Beth. Yeah, awesome. With charcoal, why not? Hi, Sammy. That's awesome. Okay, so if you get a little, like, bit of smudge, like, or, you know, extra excess, you can actually scrape it off with your fingernail, I found. So if there's, like, a dark spot anywhere, your fingernail is an eraser. It's pretty cool. And I can demonstrate that here, actually. I've got, like, these, you know, scribbles, and here's a splotch. So you can take off quite a lot of paint. Oh, do I need to plug in? Yep. Hold on, guys, I gotta plug in. My phone is... Don't want you guys to lose battery on me. Okay. Good thing I saw that. There we go. Alright. Let's see who just came in. Hi, Jamie. Nice to see you. And we've got Selena. Thank you. Why not? You know, we all spend a lot of time obsessing over our tools and supplies. But I thought about it, and I have this really nice box of Crayola crayons, and I was like, you know, we don't always need like the fanciest thing to do a fun job, so I just wanted to put my money where my mouth is on that and actually show it. So I've never done skin tone in crayon before, not at least not since I was a kid. So if you guys have any questions or you want to see something done, just go ahead and put it in the chat and I'll get to it. Yeah, I find the texture in our coloring books actually, you know, the printer paper I used as a kid was too slick. Like, I find I can layer and layer on the nice book paper from, like, this is Sagor Och Sagner. I'm sure that this would work in my Hannah Carlson books as well. Any type of book like that, I think, with decent paper. I think it would even work in my book. I'm going to have to try that out. But we'll see. Let's try this first. I don't know why, but whenever I'm doing an experiment, I love coming to this book. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Sammy. Awesome, Jamie. Yeah, so Sammy, they do clump, and what you can do is if there's like a clump anywhere, you can just kind of scrape it with your fingernail and it comes right off. So that's my technique. It's a really technical fingernail scrape technique. And if you do it gently enough, you don't scratch the surface of the paper. So it works really, really well. So you'll see me over the course of this, once I start to build up the layers, I'll be scraping away too as I go. I'm sure that there's another tool I can use, but I can't think of it, and honestly my fingernails are fine. So I'm giving her a darker, like, tan skin tone. There you go. Yeah, thanks, Loretta. Yeah, I thought, you know, sometimes we define ourselves by what tools we have, and that the tools don't make the artist, guys. You make the art. You're the most important tool in your toolbox. So if you're feeling discouraged because you don't have the same supplies that other people do, just remember it's not necessary. That you can, like, for the longest time I just used a small set of Prismas for my pages, and they, you know, nobody even notices that I didn't have like a big set or a ton of colors. So you don't have to keep up with the Joneses, you know, like, you can just use what you have and enjoy yourself, and there's no need to feel upset or sad. And you can always collect things over time. That's exactly what I did. Every month I have a small budget and I just put it towards what I'm most interested in at that time, and we just collect things over time that way. So it's a really good way to do it, and it's also sensible for if you don't have a ton of money. It's okay. You don't need it. Let's see. Oh no, Leslie, you're not late at all. actually, Sahara, it's not bad at all. I'm using light pressure, and I mean, it's waxier than a Prisma for sure, but honestly, it's still layering. It's still, I'm not really having any trouble laying more color down. Um, you know, we'll see. The darkest areas I think will be the trickiest, but I started out with really dark colors, so hopefully it'll just, it shouldn't be too bad actually. Um, that's okay, Loretta. You can use black and white too. You could just use the black crayon and color in grayscale. That would be a fun experiment, just to color with one crayon. The one crayon challenge? I don't know, it could be a thing. Pick one color. Okay, so I've got a clump of wax here, so I'm just going to pull that off. But what's so cool is knowing that you can do that. It's not as scary if you're layering and you get that thing there. Hi, cutie. What? Come here. You want to touch it? Hi. Oh, you gonna sit there? Okay. Sorry, guys. Kitty diversion. Thanks, Kimmy. It's getting there. It's a lot quicker than pencils, that's for sure. And I think that's just because the tip is broader, so it covers more surface area with each stroke. Now, I do know that blending is really easy, so I'm starting to put pressure down, and I'm getting this nice solid look. So if you want to get rid of the tooth of the paper, I'll show you also, I'm going to blend out the skin completely, so I'll show you how I do it with the white crayon too. It's just like using a white Prisma. So now it's getting waxy. At this point now I feel like I'm using crayons. But it took a while to get there, so... Pickle. Yep. I think I might try that sometime. One crayon challenge. I can't do it now because I already switched to another crayon, so we'll do it in another episode. If you guys are digging the crayons, then we can do more. Now that I have this big old box, I'm gonna use them. Alright, guys. It's gonna be fun. Man, I really do feel like a little kid. I think that's my favorite part of using crayons, actually, is it just, like, makes me so happy for some reason. And, like, I'm not sponsored at all. This is just me just being a goofball. You know, this is not an ad for Crayola, trust me. So I have found that precision is a lot trickier, although I haven't used the sharpener yet, so I'm hoping that might help. We'll see when we get closer to the details, like her eyes and her lips. That's what's gonna... So I don't recommend doing a page with a lot of really small detail, only because I think you'll be struggling with it, just because of the nature of it. Like, you can't... It's not like a pencil where it's a really fine point. But luckily with these pages, since they do have bigger surface areas and more room to work, I think her books are perfect for this. And I was surprised at how well the crayon, like, stood up over time. I mean, I know the books are closed on a shelf, so they're not gonna fade from the sun, but I was surprised that they didn't even really move. Like, I had expected that because I've used this book since, I expected that the crayons would kind of move around and kind of smudge up, but as you can see from the page there, it was almost exactly like how I did it. Jody. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else would be interested in that. Aww. Well, Loretta, if you want to sketch, that's okay. You can always watch this back later, too. My stream is not going anywhere. Alright. So far I've only used 2 colors. And just a bunch of layering. Alright, this is so much fun. Oh my goodness. I can't even explain. It's like, there's some things that really make me feel like a little girl, and crayons are one of them. Ice cream is one of them. Like, whenever I do those things, I don't know, maybe because, like, those were really special moments when I was a kid. Like, we didn't get ice cream a whole lot, but every once in a while in the summertime, my mom would bring home one of those, like, tubs of ice cream, and, I don't know why, but that just reminds me of it too. Oh, thank you, Kenny. Oh, Pickle. Nice. Good for you that you're saving it. Malad. It's great. Well, hopefully it'll be a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. And, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna, I think at this point, should I switch her? Hold on, let's do this down here. Make sure to always do the neck at the same time. Yeah, I'm really starting to like this. This is gonna be pretty cool, I think. And I'm trying to use as few crayons as possible. Alright, what's the next color? I think I'm gonna use Apricot. Actually, no, I should do the cheeks first. I think it'll be melon. Yeah, okay, so now I'm gonna do the pink undertones using melon here. Looks like it's already kind of peeling off. Low battery. Okay, Kenny, no problem. Yeah, low battery. Hopefully, is it charging? Yep, it's charging. Okay. Alright, sorry. Got a couple. markings here. Okay, so now I'm going to use this just on her cheeks. And it's not super pink, but it does have pink undertones, so I think it'll work really well for the pink areas of her skin. Like her nostril here will be excellent for this, I think. And the crayons do create a lot of like wax dust, so you just see me like brushing that off. But again, that's something I remember from when I was a kid too, so I think that's normal. So just bringing a little bit of pink rather into her cheek. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, Leslie, I think so too. Childhood memories are amazing. Let me get a drink of water. Yeah, Loretta, I love them too. I think they're really useful for skin tones. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Pickle. Hi, Ottilia. Oh, that's okay. No worries. You watch it whenever you want at your own pace. Something I really love about YouTube is that all of the videos are free. Well, most of them, I think. And you can watch them whenever you want, playback at whatever speed you want. I know a friend of mine only watches YouTube videos at 2x speed because she just doesn't have the patience to watch it real time. But then a lot of people love watching stuff real time, so it's just funny how like everybody has their preference. But luckily, I think YouTube does a really nice job of catering to everybody and what they need. So you can just see I'm just like sprinkling this color around. I really like it. Okay. I think I'm gonna also, I'll do her lips later, but I think I might save that for her lips as well. Okay, so now I might do, let's see, yeah. So next up is Apricot. And I'm gonna just go ahead and fill in the white areas of the paper. And I'm also blending now. So you can see I'm just putting pressure over the areas that I already put down. Oh my gosh, this works so quickly. Guys, it's already blended. Damn. So you can't see the tooth of the paper really anymore. I just love that. And now when it is like blended out, it is definitely waxy feeling. At this point now, it feels like a crayon. Like before, it could have been a waxy pencil, but now it's definitely crayon feeling right now. But I don't know why I don't mind that. You know, I think it's just my love of them as a kid and just the familiarity of them, I think, just makes me so at home. And it's funny because like when I did that first, the Crayola birdie, a while ago. Like, it had been, decades since I had used them, but it was like riding a bike. Like, it all came back to me. It's so funny how that happens. Alright, let's see here. Um, so, oh, thank you, May. Sarah. Yeah, well, it's one of those things where I just wanted to show that, like, if all you have is crayons, you can still do really well with them. It's really the color mixing and the knowledge of where to place the highlights and the shadows. That's what makes the piece work, and not so much what grade of pigment you're using, or the pencils, no matter how expensive they are not going to be magical. They're not going to do the work for you. So, I mean, obviously, it would probably be easier to get a more precise piece with pencil, just because this is a broader tip. But you guys know how slow I am normally. This is a really fast medium. And I think if you're beginning, then sometimes doing pieces quicker is actually better, because you're not like fussing too much over one drawing. At the beginning, actually, quantity is more important than quality, because when you're first starting out, nothing's going to be awesome anyway, right? So if you just get a lot in there, then that practice over time will really serve you well. So I do have a clump here that's too dark, so I'm just going to scrape it back with my fingernail. It's going to pick up that excess pigment and excess wax. And I may need to go over it again just to blend it out. Might need a little bit more of that dark color. Let's see here. I think, which one was it? Let's do chestnut here. I'm just swapping over to chestnut really quick just to kind of repair the mistake I made there. And what's weird about crayon is you can layer over it, and then it was burnt sienna. So you can layer over it again even after you've burnished it. It's really weird. So if you make a mistake, you can definitely correct it, which I find fascinating. So just like pencils, there is a way to erase. There we go. Yeah, Leslie. I mean, if you're just trying to learn, then doing a whole bunch of really quick ones is actually a really good way to go. So crayons, pastels are really fast. I used to use chalk pastel a lot. There's a lot of really great, quicker media than pencil. Let's see, did I miss something else here? That's okay, Loretta. I think playing with colors is a really great exercise no matter how experienced you are. Hey guys, though, I mean, you can just follow along and do the same exact thing that I'm doing. You guys. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, that box of 120 crayons cost me $8. So, if it's something that you think you're interested in, at least you're not shelling out like hundreds of dollars to try it. And I would just recommend getting the big box of crayons, like whatever you have at your local shop. Just because right now it's back to school, so they should be on sale. And also, you know, I think since it's such a cheap price, I think just getting the big box is probably the best bet. That way, if you like them, then you'll have the full range. If you don't like them, you can donate them to a local school or a charity, like a shelter. They're always looking, or even like a children's hospital, they're always looking for donated art supplies. So if you don't like them, you don't have to feel like you're, you know, wasting your money. At least it can go to a good cause. I just donate crayons all the time because I really, really believe that all kids should have access to art materials, even if they aren't wealthy. But yeah, anyway, that's my spiel. Go ahead and try them out if you're interested, because it's not like, I mean, $8. I would spend $8 on like 3 pencils if I'm getting like polys, so I feel like it's a good bang for the buck there. Get a lot of really nice colors. And again, I'm not sponsored in any way by Crayola, so it's just my opinion. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Sahara. Nice, Kenny. Yeah, I have my vintage crayons too from like the early 80s, but you know, some of them are really small, and I thought about it and I was like, you know what, I might want to like keep these just for like sentimentality, like at this point. So I just put them away and I'm using my new box. I was like, I think I can splurge and get a box of crayons because, you know. So I got this new box. It's the, here, I'll show you guys for anybody who just came in. It's this box here. 120 crayons. It just comes like this. Oops, sorry. And then it came with this cool little sharpener, which I haven't used yet. But, yeah. So that's what we're using. super, super high-tech tool. Right here is the fingernail. The fingernail scrape is great for correcting any kind of issues. I'm sure you could also use maybe a toothpick or something else if you don't want to use, if you know, if you're not a big fan of that. That's just my old school technique from back in the day. It still works, guys. They're still the same. Like, they're the same that I remember. So I'm just working into the lights now and getting but yeah, you can see I feel like these blend easier than most pencils for sure. I don't have to put as much pressure for the same type of smoothness. And I'm really sorry about that lawnmower outside. Let me see where they're at. Maybe I need to shut the window. Hold on. Who is it? Oh yeah. I don't think that's... No. Sorry about the background noise. I can't really do much about my neighbor mowing his lawn. Yeah, the sharpener came with the box. So when you're shopping, here, let me show you the box again. When you're shopping for a crayon box, let's just make sure these don't fall over. So here's the box here, and it on the back, it has this, here, let me zoom out. It has this, so just look for the one that has the sharpener in it. And it opened up like this, and it had like, yeah, bonus sharpener inside. I got this at a Walmart for like $8. Kenny, that's great, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna keep going. We're almost there with her skin, and then I'm gonna do her eyes and her lips, and we'll see how much time we have left after that. But I'm gonna try and go through skin coloring with just about every media I can think of or that I have. There'll be a few exceptions. I don't know how to get my airbrush on video. It's a really complicated setup, and I usually work upright for that, so that's just going to be a pain in the butt. I'm also concerned about spraying my cell phone with pigment, because the airbrush, I tend to do a lot of overspray. I'm sort of messy, so I don't know about that, but everything else I have, I think I'll do. May. Yeah, I love this book. This is actually one of the first books I bought, and I think I've done the most in it out of any other book, so. Okay, so now I'm looking for another dark color just to kind of, yeah, okay, so I'm swapping over to, ready for this, really, really fancy color name, brown. That's what I'm using. Brown, brown, brown. Okay. It's funny, it looks a lot brighter on camera. That's okay. Totally fine. So now I'm just going to go in and anywhere where it just needs a little touch up. Like if I pulled up too much. So if you press too hard and blend too much, you can pull up some of the pigment. So I'm just going a bit back and adding in anywhere where it might have pulled up a little bit. And also just adding some more depth to some spots. Alright, so now I have a little spot. There we go. And under the nose should definitely be a lot darker, so let's do that. And what's nice about the Sagor book is I don't really feel a need to make it super realistic. You know, so that's another nice thing about, you know, if you choose the right book and it's not like a super realistic drawing, then I think the crayons, for whatever reason, just seem to match that look better. I'm never going to get a super really detailed drawing with these, but I think like the Hannah Lynn books would be perfect for this, any of the Clara Markova, any of the Hannah Carlson books. That type of style I think really lends itself to crayon coloring a lot more. And so what's cool is I have a bunch of those books, so I can definitely work in them. And I have a feeling that the extra toothiness of the Create Space paper might actually be good for these crayons, give them more tooth to hold on to. So I'm going to try working in my Hannah Lynn book with these again at some point, because I think that might actually be better, the Create Space books. But I will let you know if that's the case. We'll try it out. Alright, let's see here. Hi Louise. I have never tried the twistable crayons, but when I eventually get them, I do have them, I think, on my list of things to buy. So when I do get them, I will let you know. But I just can't give an opinion on those because I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, they could be less waxy. So, that might actually be easier to work with, but like I said before, I don't mind the waxiness. I find that it's, I don't know, it's just, I guess it's just because I'm so used to it from working with them when I was a kid. But I kind of like how smooth they feel. Like right now, when they're blended out, I can layer on top of the blended crayons, which you really can't do with Prismas. Once you've layered and burnished and blended it out, it's really kind of hard to work over, but for whatever reason these don't do that. So that's kind of cool. And then also the thing I like about it is you can scrape away, so if it's too much, then it's not, you can't like erase once you've blended Prismas. It's just, I mean you can with like but then you're pretty much taking it back to the paper. It's kind of tricky. Alright, we're getting there. Okay, Pickle, that's good to know. Awesome. I love it that even if I don't know the answer, somebody in my chat usually does. You guys are awesome. Okay, so that's starting to really come together. Let me do... Now the mouth is really sticking out to me, so let's see what we got here for mouth. Mouth colors. No, I don't think that's right. Maybe I gotta look in my boxes here. Maybe this color, brick red. That sounds good. Ooh, brick red. Alright. I think I like that. Let me just double check. Got some other ones. That's too purple. No way. So the only other thing I don't like about these is that the paper never matches the actual color, first of all. And second, even when you look at the crayon, it doesn't, it's not going to be a good, the only way to really know is to swatch it. So I'll probably swatch these at some point just so I don't have to keep working in them. I don't want to keep having to check my colors. No, I think I like, okay, so I'm gonna go with the brick red. And let's do the mouth here. She doesn't look super happy, does she? That's okay. So I'm gonna start first with the base of the middle line there, and also under here, and also at just the very top edge here. Just gonna kind of outline. Now I left a little spot there. Alright, and then bring this up. Alright, so actually, for details, especially if it's a fresh crayon and not one that's been dulled down, not actually too bad. I'm pleasantly surprised with that. I thought this would be a lot harder. Okay, cool. Let's actually fill this in just a little bit. So I'm doing a light layer now on the top lip. Now let's swap over to Melon. I really liked this color for the cheeks, so I thought let's try it here. So I'm just going to fill in the bottom lip here. I'm sorry about the noise outside. My next door neighbor is mowing his lawn, and they don't give me a lawn mowing schedule because it's a different day every week, so I can't really tell. Alright, so I feel like it needs to be a little darker on the top, so let's actually go to, I want a darker color. Let's see what we got. I almost want like a, here we go. Yeah, okay, just a little bit more pink in here. Alright, Tess. So I picked up maroon. Just going back in to this lip line here. And just in the corners of the lower lip. Let's zoom in here. Let's see what's going on. Oh, your favorite color is red, Sahara. My favorite color is this color. Sea green and Crayola crayon. Let me just make sure, but yeah, that's my favorite color. And then all the blues and greens and some purples too are my close second. I'm definitely a cool color palette lady. Alright, what's next? Thank you, Kenny. Oh, okay, let's do her eyes now. So, I'll give her green eyes, I think, but let's do the whites of the eyes first. So I have here, this is a great color name, Manatee. Alright, Pickle. Let's see. Oh, it's always been red. I've changed favorite colors a lot through the years. When I was a little girl, it used to be purple. And, well, I still love purple. I don't know why, but that green, when I started going to college, that green was really kind of solidified as my favorite color. So, but yeah, I've definitely had several phases. Mostly purple and green though. And like blue, I've always loved blue. See, it's funny. But yeah, I haven't been a loyal favorite color person. I really have changed my mind quite a bit over the years, so. Okay, I love this color for the whites of the eyes. It's just got a little tiny bit of blue in it. Perfect. Let's see here. Yup, Tess, all completely done with Crayola crayons. It's not the tools that make the art, guys. We make the art. Okay, Cora, no problem. Let's see. Me too, Kenny. I love all the colors. So that's why I don't really like picking a favorite color, because I feel like every color has a purpose and a place, and without them all, then we would be really lost, I think. So I love them all. Love all the colors. All the colors. Okay, sorry, I'm being weird now. I haven't decided what hair color she has. What do you think, guys? Should I do green hair, blue hair? Not really sure. I gotta think about this because I have to do her eyebrows. So while I think about that, I'm gonna do I'm gonna actually grab, I just want a little bit more dark, so I'm gonna use Shadow. Shout out to Belinda. We have Shadow, the crayon color. I'm just gonna put it in the very underneath her eyelashes, basically. Just under. And actually in this whole spot there. There we go. Exactly, Kenny. Every color is important. Yay! Alright, Corba. Sue. Ombre hair, huh? I haven't done that actually before, so I could do that. Alright, so I'll do like, should I do like dark turquoise up here and then lighter, like a sea green down here? That would be pretty. I could do that, and so then I can make her eyes like a really dark green. Or I can make them blue actually, so they contrast. What do you guys think? Hello, Katrina. Welcome. Good morning, Pat. Hi, everybody coming in. All right, well, while we decide what color hair and eyes she has, I'll use this black here to do the center of her eyes. I think, yeah. So I'm just gonna, with high pressure, so I'm pressing down really hard, just fill in that spot right there. Oh my gosh. You know, guys, I have to say I'm having the best time. We have to do this more. Pat, yay! Well, yeah, lady, you gotta get ready because I think your colorathon is early in the morning. I think you're right after me on Friday. Aw, poor little Morgan. Okay, Leslie. So yeah, I'll pick some hair colors, but what should I do her eyes? Yeah, Tess, it's really hard for me to dye my hair too. Green with blue. So I'll do blue eyes? Well, while I'm deciding that, actually I see a spot I want to fix really quick with her skin, so let me just do that really fast. So I'm swapping over to burnt sienna. So guys, if I'm doing like turquoisey green hair, then do you think I should do blue or green eyes? Put it in the chat and I'll tally it up and see blue or green. Since she's a mermaid lady, I definitely want her to feel like she's part of the water. So blue or green, I think. Plus they're just my favorites, right? Blue and green? What, so like one blue and one green? I could do that. Blue? Green, blue. Do you mean like turquoisey? One green and one blue? A little bit of everything? I could do that. I haven't done that before either. We're just doing a whole lot of firsts today. Yeah, I'm just sort of touching up some spots. that are not quite blended the way I want them to be while we're discussing color picking here. There we go, that's better. Rainbow. Alright, now that's not an option. Okay. Well, everybody's cute. I think everybody wants either turquoisey or green and blue, but I'll go with Pickle's suggestion. I'll do one blue and one green. That way you can see how to do both colors. I kind of like that idea. So let's see. I gotta pick some blues. Yeah, I like that. Maybe this color too. This looks pretty. Okay. So I'll do a blue one first. What did I miss? Thank you, Pat. Yep, she's not perfect, but I'm really impressed with how well they were considering. Oh, I'm sorry. So I have here denim. I really like this color. I don't know why. I think it's just such a pretty color. So I'm starting, oh man, sorry guys. I'm starting just with the dark areas. I think now he's weed whacking. I'm really sorry. I really cannot control my neighbors. I can't go out there and say, hey, can you stop? I don't think that would go over too well, so. Alright, now I'm gonna switch to sky blue. And I'm just gonna go around the outer bit here. And now just blend in. I'm using directional strokes just to blend in the two colors together. Okay, now I'm going to swap back over to denim and just sort of fill in any spots that got too light from that blend. Okay, and then, yeah, he's either weed whacking or just trimming the hedges or something, I don't know. And then, I'm gonna go just on the outside area just to soften that black line. Just outside of it, just to kind of like make it feel less harsh. Awesome, Pat. Oh, thank you, Kenny. Yeah, Sahara, I remember you saying that. I hope you feel better soon. Hope the doctors are helping you out. Okay, so now I'm going to swap back over really quick to Manatee just to fix this blend. Soften up the shadow color a little bit. Okay. And then also for the pink of that little doodad there, I'm going to grab Brick Red and just put that right in the corner there. Just to give her a little color in there. Cool. And then for this eye, let's use tropical. Rainforest. Oh, that's gonna be the hair color for sure. We're gonna use, I think. Wow. Okay, these guys are gonna be the hair, so I want something different for the eyes. Let's see. Oh yeah, straight up green, huh? Maybe so. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm throwing stuff now. My sharpener. I haven't needed to use him yet, but I like him. He's there for us. Ooh, ooh, I like that. That's more muted. Kind of like a more natural green. Okay, so we'll do the crazy color for her hair. And I think these two. Let's see. I don't know, Jacqueline. I'd have to look for my colorless blenders because I don't actually use them. Let me see. If I were a colorless blender, where would I be? I don't think it's in my Prismacolor wrap. Hold on. No. If I were a colorless blender, I would maybe be over here. Nope. Oh, maybe. Oh, sorry, guys. Not prepared with that one. Let's see. Colorless blender. Maybe it's in this case. Hold on. Colorless. Aha! I think I found it. Colorless blender. Wow. Okay, yeah. See, so you guys see how often. Hold on. Let me pinch out. I really use this a lot. I think I use it like once or twice. It's not even sharpened. Alright, let me sharpen it. I'm pretty sure that since they're wax-based, you could use mineral solvents. Here we go. So we got a nice good blender. Let's just another scrap here. Here we go. Let's try it. What's the worst that can happen? Alright, let's try and blend two colors that really are obvious. So I'm grabbing chestnut. So I'm just going to do it like I would normally. And here's asparagus. So in order for colorless blenders to work, you have to still have plenty of pigment on the paper. You can't just try and blend something. Let's actually put a little more. Let's actually put a third color in between them. How about goldenrod? Goldenrod sounds like it would be good. Yeah. Okay. So it's not blended. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me zoom in. Whoa. That's not right. Where is it? Okay, so it's not blended. At this point, I would probably go over it with a white Crayola crayon if I wanted to blend it out. But here's the Prismacolor colorless blender. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. It's too hard, and it's actually taking the wax off of the paper. But that might actually be useful if I need to get rid of... I might start using this to erase. Look at this. It does blend it out, but it takes a lot of the pigment off with it. So let's try that again with the white crayon and see how that works. But that might be good for erasing more precisely than your fingernails, so that was a really good experiment anyway. So let's just blend a couple other colors together. I don't know if these are the same ones, but whatever. I think it was actually this one that we were using. But I mean, they blend so well. If you just press hard in a couple of layers, I don't think you really need a blender. Because they kind of just, they're so creamy and like waxy that they just want to blend on their own. So, let's actually put a little more of that yellow in there. And then I'll put, so the white works really well. So this is how I use my white Prismacolor pencil. But you saw I blended with the apricot color on the skin, so you can also just blend with other skin or other colors as well. Let's see. Creme de Ash blender is the best. I don't think I have that. Honestly, I don't use blender pencils really at all. But now I'm going to use my Prisma to get excess wax off, now that I know that's a cool technique. So you can blend Crayolas in a lot of different ways. I've also seen people use like mineral solvents to blend Prismas. I don't have that stuff because I'm actually sensitive to it. I have a lot of allergies when it comes to that stuff, so I'm not going to try that on camera, but I'm pretty sure since they're wax-based that they'll work the same way. So let's go back to the eyes. Yeah. See, like, so right here, I'm zoomed in like super far. So you can see it's still pretty messy. Here's like a little blob of wax. Let's just, oh yeah. It takes off the excess wax and you can vary your pressure. Oh, actually I really like this. Oh, took off too much though. Okay. So you can go too far. So let me fix that now. I'll use brown. So yeah, definitely a technique you want to perfect, maybe off of anything you really care about. Okay, and then I'm going to blend it out again. But this time I'm going to use melon, because it is near her cheeks, so I definitely want to put that warm color back in. Okay, so yeah, I'm not a big fan of blending with that Prismacolor actually, because now I'm struggling to get that back. So I would definitely say blend with the crayons. They're soft and smooth. You don't really need special tools for that. And I'm going back to my fingernail because I actually feel like I have more control. Because I can feel the wax under my fingers. Alright, no big deal, guys. We can fix mistakes though, which is really nice. Like, you might just have to be a little patient with it. But, okay, I didn't know that, Janetta. Let's see here. So I'm just taking off any excess that I don't want and then adding back what I'm missing. I'm using brown again. So yeah, once they get waxy, they're a little trickier, but still feel like with some apricot blending, let's go to apricot and see what we can do here now with this. Yeah, much better. So still really doable. Like I said, it's not going to be super realistic, but the thing is for just playing around in your books and having fun, I don't think that that's always necessary. Honestly, we spend so much time stressing about making everything look perfect when really sometimes I think you lose the fun of it. So what I like about the crayons is they really take you outside of that necessity of being perfect, because it's a kid's tool for the most part. Like, that's how they market it. But you can still get some really nice results with it. So there we go. We fixed it. So I'm not sure, but honestly, I enjoy working with them just like this. So I think I don't think they're difficult to work with. So I don't really feel the need to make it easier. But you know, you could try that too. Let me just now I'm seeing I want to add, so I'm adding melon, just kind of blending out this spot over here. Okay, so yeah, you can press too hard and pull up what's there. So there is a point where you gotta stop. And I'm finding that out now. Okay, that's cool. It's alright though. We're still I'm having so much fun, at least. Let's see. Sahara. See, I don't really, since I don't use blenders a lot, I don't really know which ones are the best, so that's good to know. I don't know why, but I tend to just layer and layer. That's just my style, personally. I know a lot of people love blender pencils, though, so there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just everybody has their own preferences, so for me, personally, I just prefer layering it, but yeah, you could try that. I don't have that blender, so I really can't demo it for you guys, but alright, cool. I like just layering it till it builds up, and it's okay, let's do this eye. Oh, thank you, Kenny. Thanks, Janetta. It is a whole lot of fun. I feel like I'm like 5 years old again. So, okay, let's do this eye. I'm switching to, which one do I want? I think asparagus here. Am I on camera? Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to do the same technique. So I'm going to first do the dark areas. Let's do the outer edge, just like we did on the other guy. I love this book with crayon though. This particular paper, I haven't tried any other book with crayons, but this particular paper is perfect for crayons. Which one do I want to use now? Is it this guy? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Forest green is the next one. Yeah, she's definitely going to have 2 color eyes. Okay, and that's not enough contrast for me, so let's just see if I can get a darker green here. If not, I can use black. I prefer to use just darker versions of the color though. Maybe, let's see here. Oh, I like this. This is not green, but it'll work. So I'm gonna use outer space. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna go right under the eye here. This is like a blue-black. It's gonna be perfect for this. And just I'm just softening up the black outlines, basically. I'm gonna do that with both. Oh, this color is perfect. Outer space. It's out of this world, guys. Okay, sorry, that was bad. Cool. Let's put some. Okay. Awesome. I'm impressed with that color. Thank you, buddy. Oh, that's okay. You can always watch it back if you forget something, Pat. That's the great thing about YouTube. I'm going to save this outer space color for the hair because I know I want to use that for the dark spots. But let me clean up my little spot here. Got so many colors going on. There we go. Perfect. Alright. So now we're going to move into the hair, so I'm going to zoom out a little. Let's see what time it is. I've got, thank you ladies. And gentlemen, if you're watching, yeah, we have 2 hours. I think I can go another half hour, so let's see how much we can get done with the hair. Alright, Sammy, no problem. Lurk away. Definitely eat lunch, though. So, we're going to do an ombre hair color. Let's go, I guess I'll start from the top. So the colors I've pulled for her hair, we'll just show you this now so that way as I switch. So I'm going to use outer space for the shadows. Bunny, so much fun. I'm going to be using tropical rainforest for the next darker color. Then we've got robin's egg blue. That'll be for the mid-tones. And for the highlights, I'm going to use my favorite sea green. So I think those are the colors we'll be using. I'm going to do the ombre thing that you guys were asking. Yeah, me too. I love the names that they give them. Okay. So we'll start first with the part. And I'm going to overlap the skin tone a little bit here and give it more darkness just right around her face, right around her hairline there. And let's also bring this color just a little bit into some of the hair here. Oh, that's great, Louise. I'm so glad. I'm really happy to inspire people to try other media besides what they're comfortable with, because I feel like you learn so much from using different media, and then, you know, whatever you learn, you can apply to your favorite media of choice. Oh my gosh, this outer space color is like the perfect shadow color. Finding new colors. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm just adding this really quick to the skin tone where I want it. It just gives it that extra bit of contrast. Alright, so we're gonna just add this color in anywhere where I feel like the shadows will go. And I just love how fast this media is. Like, I've finished a face in 2 hours, guys. It normally takes me forever. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening here with this. I feel like the hair is flowing over this. See. Oh, thanks, Kenny. Yeah, she's pretty decent for a Crayola crayon face. I'm pretty happy with her. I mean, it's not perfect, but like I said, if you're just playing around, if you're just starting out with portraits, sometimes doing a quicker drawing is actually more beneficial than laboring for days and days over a piece. You know, I think you learn a lot quicker when you do fast work. Um, and then as you get better and better, then you can switch over to more labor-intensive work. But a lot of people, you know, it's all what you really want to learn. Like if you want to just get excellent at pencils, then stick with the pencils. But for me, I love learning all sorts of media, so I feel like it's always fun to I'm just gonna rotate the book a little bit. I feel like it's always fun to like switch it up and try something different. So, and it seemed like you guys liked me working in watercolor and acrylic as well, so I'm just gonna start doing that on camera. If you guys want to see all the things and not just pencil, I'm really happy to do that. So now I'm creating drop shadows for these leaves. So I'm just sort of following the shape that they are and just sort of offsetting it. And since the light's coming from this way, it'll be on this side and not on that side. So just keeping your light in mind when you're doing it. Okay. This is really complicated over here. And I'm not going to be able to finish this today, but the fact that we got really good head start is pretty cool. Alright. I love this book, Pat. I have to say, like, Emelie herself is just such a sweet, wonderful person, so I like supporting her as an artist and as a person, but also, when I first started coloring, I guess it must be sentimental, but I started coloring in Johanna Basford's books and this book. This was my first book with portraits in it, and I just don't know why, but I absolutely love it. I just, every time I work in this book, I feel so happy. And I think it's because it's so different from my art style that, like, I can explore that type of work without drawing it myself, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's a really weird thing, but I can't really explain, but I'm really happy to work in it, so that's it. Let's see here. Oh, thank you. You mean that the one in here? This is the book I have it in. Hold on. That's that one. Here, this one. This was really fun to do. This was like every type of media I had. And the paper just, I mean, now it went through a little where I that was, oh no, that was acrylic, where I put the acrylic on. But that's okay. The other page, you know, I can do without. And I have another copy. I have several copies. Oh, here. This is the first edition of the book, I believe. I have several copies of this, so I'll show you the current edition. When they reprinted the book, they changed the spine tape cover to a gold. So this is how it looks now. This is a fresh copy. I think I've only done one whip in here so far, so. I don't have a link handy, but I can search it. Hold on. Hold on. I know I got it at Etsy. Here we go. Sagor Och Sagner. Here it is. Oh my gosh, guys. Love this book. Highly recommended. I got it. Bam. It's cool. I think that's the cheapest price. $24.95. Yeah, all the other ones from Coolcraft it's $31, and from 70 East it's $43. So I would recommend getting it from that seller. And that seller's in the US, so it should get there quicker if you're in the US too. So yeah, so this is how it looks now. And this is how the old school one looks. And I don't know if they did other editions, but yeah, I got this actually for cheaper because I got a scratch and dent book, but I don't mind if they come a little dinged up if I pay less for it, so. There's that. Okay. So yeah, back to our lovely mermaid. Oh, you're gonna stream Nightfalls. That's gonna be awesome. So exciting. Thanks, Pat. That's alright, I got it. I'm quick on the Google. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was back here with the outer space color. And I'm just putting in some more shadows so you guys can see, you get the idea of what I do. So I like to find the shadows first, especially with pieces that don't have any grayscale. But I love that about her work, is that she really does let you pretty much color it in any way you want. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Well, she's definitely not real, but she's yeah, she's a lot of fun. I love this page. I've been meaning to do this page for a while. I know it was a risk to do it in Crayola, but you guys saw I have more than one copy. I think I have 3 copies of it. I know that the book went out of print, and so like I'm worried about being able to buy it, so I buy multiple copies if I know I love it. Oh great, I didn't know it was on Amazon. Is it cheaper over there? Let's see. It's still more expensive there. But if you have, yeah, if you have Prime, I guess that's fine. So either way. Okay, cool. So I'm going to swap to, yeah, it's not that much more. So Tropical Rainforest. And we're going to start the Ombre Look now. We've got the general idea of where we want most of the shadows to go. So I'm just going to start in, just so you guys can see how this will blend out. So I'm using directional strokes just like you would with pencil. But man, is this covering so fast. I'm not even pressing hard, guys. Wow. Oh my gosh. I am so impressed with these. I forgot how easy they were. Like, oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to do some more Crayola crayon for sure. And it just goes to show you, like, you don't need special expensive stuff. You can get, I'll use Crayola pencils as well. I have a set of those. Just so much fun. Oh my gosh. Wow. I just can't get over how quick they are. I love that. Sometimes I struggle with how slow pencils are because I get really impatient. So this is really pleasant. It's $24.95 on Etsy, Pat. Bunny, you might want to try checking your quality settings. So you go to the little gear wheel and then you hit quality, and it should have a thing where you can change it. Yeah, Kenny, so it has more shipping. So it'll be cheaper overall on Amazon if you have Prime. If you don't have Prime, it might be cheaper on Etsy. But in either case, I think it's probably about the same price if you're, well, I guess it depends on if you have Prime or not. Oh my gosh, so much fun, guys. So in the shadows, I'm using this color. Just because even though it's an ombre look, you know, the shadows will also make it darker. So we'll use that there and that here. And to go over the okay, I'm going to rotate the book again. I do this just for ergonomics, just so that it's, let me make sure I'm in camera though, yeah. It's better on my wrist. Ever since I had carpal tunnel, I try to be nicer to my hands. Okay. Yeah, Leslie, I feel like they're so fun. And, you know, if you're not worried about, you know, I would never do a piece to sell in crayon only because it's not archival, it's not light fast, you know, but like this bird that I did, where is it? You know, this is over a year old now. And if it's in a book closed on a shelf, I mean, you're not going to really, it's not exposed to light for very long. It didn't really smudge that much. So, you know, if it's just in a coloring book and not for sale, then why not? Leslie, am I buffering? Hi, Vivian. Let's see. Am I buffering? Everybody okay? Hello? I think I'm okay. Yep. Alright. I can see it's working. Thank you, Susie. Alright guys, so I'm going to swap over to Robin's Egg Blue. And we're going to continue this ombre look. So now I'm just pulling down. Okay. Dust. So always directional with hair. So I'm just following the strokes that Emelie laid down. And just continue that there. So I've never done ombre hair before, so bear with me. And we may need to go over the top areas again with more darkness, but we're just getting the first layer down. Let's fill this in more. And then over here. Oh my gosh, this is so fast. I can't believe it. Okay, then switching over to sea green. Me too, Vivian. I love this book. Crayons. I think crayons are going to all of a sudden hit a boom in sales today. Alright, so I don't know how ombre this is really gonna look, but we'll try it out. I think maybe I picked colors that are too similar to each other. I just can't get over how quick this is. You don't have to be precise either. It's just so forgiving. Let's see here. Yeah, me too. I have so many whips in these books. I have a bunch in this book. I have a bunch in my other book. And then I have a fresh copy that I don't have any whips in. So that's nice. Because then, if I want to, I could do a page over. Alright, so I'm sorry, Leslie. I don't really think it looks ombre, but let me see if I can fix that by darkening up the top. Okay, hold on. So I'm switching back over to outer space. Let's put in some more of this darker color. This is like a blue-gray, really pretty. It's not super saturated, so it's just like a hint of blue. But hopefully this will make it look more ombre. Maybe. Or it may just look like she has roots. She dyes her hair and she has roots. I don't know. We'll see. I think what it is up here actually. I need to make this a lot darker up here. There we go. That's looking more ombre-ish. There we go. Let's see here. I didn't, Kenny, with my other one. Susie. I did not. Like with the birdie, it did not transfer. I don't keep a page. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I've burnished and really blended this so much. Some of the sky I didn't do as much burnishing, but the bird is definitely like really waxy feeling even now. But yeah, it doesn't seem to transfer, so you know, it's just like shocking to me. Yeah, Susie. Yeah, good to know, right? Like, just go for it. Have fun. Don't worry about it. No, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna recommend crayons for, you know, pieces that you want to gift to somebody because they will fade if you take them out of your book. So if you expose it to sunlight, they will fade and get less vibrant. And also, you know, I just don't know how, like, they're not archival, right? So I just don't know how good they're going to look, you know, if you take them out of the book. But if they're just staying in your coloring books and you're just enjoying yourself, I mean, why not? Okay, so that's looking a little bit better. Let's blend this on out. Oh, so I swapped to, sorry, the wrong color. That was Robin's Ink Blue, but I wanted Tropical Rainforest. Okay. Maybe now it'll look more ombre. So you guys see, I'm just like using back and forth motions like you do when you're a little kid. Totally works. Oh my gosh, I feel like such a kid. Guys, this is so fun. Literally getting a page done in a day. That never happens for me. Zealy, I don't think so, only because this is waxy. So even a spray fixative, while it may adhere for a small amount of time, wax resists just about everything, which makes it a great preservative. But the pigments in the crayons are not light fast. So I would not rely on a fixative for that. I would say if you want to do something that's light fast, to use light fast materials. But, you know, if they're being closed into a book, or if you take them out and put them in a binder or whatever, there's no reason why it should fade, because it's not being exposed to light to begin with. So I think it's perfect for coloring books, and I think that, you know, even though they're meant for kids, why can't adults use them too, right? The other nice thing about crayons is that, especially for people with sensitivities, like I have some chemical sensitivities, I can't use oil paints anymore. For people like me who might, you know, be sensitive to some stuff, these are completely non-toxic and safe. So you can, you know, you can use the right thing for the job. But I think if we're just playing around having fun, if you're just starting out learning, why use your really expensive pencils when you know that you're not, when you're just practicing and you're not doing like something really fancy? Susie, I have never used mud. Um, I don't know if I could. I don't know what I would do with mud. I mean, I could try. I have used, like, I have done pottery though. That's fun. Um, okay, guys. Just putting in some of the shadows. Squish! You really want me to use mud? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, um, I guess I'll have to get some mud then. Oh, can you buy mud? I mean, I'm not gonna take mud out of the ground, because I don't own the house I live in, so I don't want my landlord like, why are you digging up the yard? Um, that's great. I'll have to see about acquiring mud in a legal way that's not like taking from a national park or from my neighbor's backyard or something. But yeah, I'll look into it. If anybody knows where I can purchase some mud. Okay. That's funny. I accept the challenge if I can find the resource. Let's do her eyebrows since they're bothering me. I'm swapping back over to Tropical Rainforest. We're gonna clean this off so it's not, like sometimes the wax kind of builds up on the tip of the crayon, so I'm just kind of rotating it and cleaning it off so it's nice and fine. Face mud. No, Kenny, I haven't used the sharpener actually. Should I use the sharpener? Should I try it out? I can totally try it out. Right now it's still empty. No, nothing in there. But I can try it out. You guys know I hardly ever sharpen my pencils, so. Coffee. I've seen somebody on Facebook using coffee. I'll sharpen this guy. I've seen somebody on Facebook using coffee. That turns out pretty cool. I don't really know when it's sharp. Oh, I have to press a lot harder. Okay. I was being too gentle. Okay, well, it is sharpening. I mean, you definitely got, I don't know if you guys can see, definitely got shavings in there. I don't know how sharp this gets it. Ah, okay. So it just gets it as sharp as it was when it came out of the box. But that's okay because we can use that tip like we were using when they're fresh. So that's fine. That works okay. So if you can see, yeah. I definitely, oh, I just dumped a bunch onto my page. I definitely sharpened it. So it gets it as sharp. You could red shavings on the page. I'm going to dump them off though because I don't want them where they landed. But yeah, you could use the shavings. I mean, you can really get creative with this. It's really fun. Let's do her eyebrows just so that they're not blank on her face. You know what? You don't even need directional strokes for this. I'm just going to color it in. And then I'll use the directional strokes with the darker color. Let's throw this in here while I'm over here. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to outer space and I'm just going to use directional strokes now. Let's just, you could also probably sharpen it by just doing this until you get a nice tip. That might actually be a nicer way to do it. Yeah, you can get a pretty good point there. I don't know if you guys can see, but I just sharpened it myself by just rubbing it on the page until it comes to a point. So these are really soft. They're softer than any pencil. So also those of you with hand problems, if you've got carpal tunnel, if you've got, you know, if you just have arthritis and you're struggling with using pencils because they hurt your hands, this might be a nice alternative too because it doesn't seem like it's as stressful on your fingers. And it makes sense. I mean, they're for little kids, right? So they don't want kids to be like hurting themselves trying to color, so I'm just sort of touching up these eyes here, just, okay. Oh my gosh, so much fun, guys. Alright, so it's time for me to get to work. But I just wanted to show you guys what you can do with Crayola crayons. So this was a lot of fun. I'll do this for the thumbnail. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the box is not easy to close up once you've got it opened. There we go. That's okay though. I'll probably organize them and then find a new little place to put them. Let's definitely do this again, guys. Was super duper fun. And thank you so much for joining. Does anybody have any questions before I take off? Epic. I don't know about epic, but I'm really, really delighted to spend time with you guys. It's so much fun. You're welcome, Darla. My pleasure. Oh, so here I use the shavings from the Koh-i-Noors. That's cool. I'm just reading, making sure. Alright guys, well if nobody has any questions, you're welcome. You're welcome, Zelie. Yeah, Susie, I had a hunch when I did the other page that I really liked them, but I haven't done them since. So I thought it would be really a good thing to try again. And this is my first time ever doing skin tones with crayons, so. Before we go, I just wanted to shout out, my little sister has started trying to do nails. So I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's not focusing. She actually put real little flowers, like dyed little flowers, on my fingernail yesterday. So every nail is different, but she did pretty good, I think. So you guys might see my nails painted more often. I don't paint them, but she's been practicing, and she asked if she could do my nails because, you know, she said some techniques are hard to do on her own nails, and she wanted to try out some things. So, thank you to my little sister for doing my nails for me. I don't know how long they will last because I haven't worn nail polish and it feels like years, so, but I like all the sparklies that she put on them. They look pretty cute. Not too shabby. This is her first time ever doing them on somebody else, so I think she did pretty good. So thank you, Emmy. And, uh-huh. Yeah, well done, sis, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Yep, Stephanie, I'll do some more Crayola for you. I have a set of Crayola colored pencils as well, so I can use those, but I don't know why I love the crayons so well, but I just, there's just something about them that just is so much fun, so. Alright, folks, I hope you have a wonderful, colorful day. If you have any questions or comments, just put them below. And, alright, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.